peeps, what a snake Vince is, right? He's playing his game, though. I wouldn't say he's doing a great job with it, though. Some past Big Brother players were effective playing both sides of the house or juggling multiple alliances. Vince, not so much. It seems like he is, and that's only because house guests this season are a bit too lenient with what they allow from their housemates. Both Lauren and Morgan should have been moved on from Vince. Yet, they both allow Vince to continue to use them. I don't know why. Now, we all know I don't want Morgan to win. That's what I mean. I don't like her as the winner of Big Brother. But I can appreciate how she forced Vince's hand, because that needed to take place, because Vince is totally wrong with the way he's handling things. I think I can't help but think about when Vince was talking about he's in the same lose-lose situation that he was in the last time he was head of household. However, I don't think that's the case. If anything, he's in a much worse position than he was before, because that first time around, Morgan already endured and forgave his choosing Lauren over him that one time. Now, and that was when he chose to select Lauren to play that veto competition first last week. You know, the one where they had the time constraints, it goes down a minute, 4.5 to 3.5 to 2.5. Him allowing Lauren to be the one to go next to play that boldly stated, hey, I care more about Lauren's game than I care about your game, right? And I think if he would have chosen Lauren over Morgan again, it would not have been nice for him. Morgan would have clearly seen that he was not for her, and she may have walked away. The way she hangs on to him and everything, I don't know if she really would have, but she did sound convincing at least. Now, Lauren herself is fed up with Vince as well, because something I agree with what she said. She bent over backwards so as to keep Vince in the game, to help Vince's game, considering that they had a final two, which is what a final two is supposed to do. You protect each other, just not at the expense of your own game, because without you, what's the point? However, on his HOH, he voluntarily chooses to put Lauren on the block after this girl was scared out of her mind. She was scared out of her mind of, what's her name? Rachel. Why, I don't know. But she was. But despite that fear, the girl still did what she had to do to protect Vince. And this is how Vince repays her, by putting her on the block. I understand the predicament that he was in. He had to make a choice because he already sided with Lauren once in a major situation. To do it again would have been like a slap in the face to Morgan. And so I guess he realized he needed to make a different decision at this point. But I'll tell you this. He's thinking that Lauren is going to be able to come back from that. How delusional he is, right? Because what I know, if Lauren survives the block this week and chooses to trust Vince again and work with him, whatever he serves up to her in the end, it will be her own doing. Be it something good, be it something bad. You know, there's that saying, when someone shows you who they are, and I'm going to add, if someone shows you how they move, believe them. I wanted my voice to go a little bit deeper, y'all, but it didn't go that. Believe him. Oh, no, them. But as for Lauren, if she was smart, which she isn't, not Lauren, Morgan. As for Morgan, if she was smart, which she isn't, I'll tell you why in a few moments, but she would work really hard, that same amount of passion that she put in trying to get Vince to renom Lauren. But she really needs to try very hard to try and get and rally votes to get Lauren out of the house. Because it's going to always be the same thing until, which I know it's going to happen if Lauren stays in the house, she's going to show Vince, hey, I'm not Morgan. I'm not putting up with that mess from you. However, and that's why I said it's not smart, that Morgan isn't smart, because she already knew that Lauren and Ava, even along with Kelly, that they were all working together. They're like the other side of the house. So how is it that you feel that you can get Ava to vote like you want? And if it's you and Lauren as final two, newsflash, you're not going to get Ava's vote. You're not going to get Kelly's vote. You're not going to get it. It's as plain and simple as that. They're going to give it to Lauren. So if Morgan was smart, she would have honored what she was speaking with Keanu about. She knows that Keanu wants Lauren out. Keep him in the game. And that way, if Lauren stayed in the game, you don't even have to worry about it. You can still look good in front of your final two. Seem like you honored what you said, but let the person stay in the game, secure his spot so he can do what you know he wants to do, and that's put her on the block so she can get put out of the house. That's the smart move to make. She didn't make that move though. I don't understand why not. A lot of times she has these thoughts in her mind and they sound good, and they are good in my opinion, but she never follows through with it. A lot of them do that in this game this season, and I don't get it. And it's just like Keanu said, and what Morgan herself realized. If Keanu gets put out of the house, who's going to be the next big target? It's going to be either you, Morgan, or Vince. And I have a good idea that it's going to be you, because I don't know, maybe it might be Vince, because the girls might want to at that point make it all girls. I don't know. But if they continue to see her winning stuff, they're still not going to want to be there sitting beside her. I know for a fact Ashley not going to want to sit next to her. So I think she should have moved totally different. She's going to be the next target in the house if Keanu doesn't make it this week. I'm hoping he wins the Big Brother blockbuster, because we need to have someone who deserves to be there to be in the game. So you just have to use your mind in Big Brother, people. Use your Big Brother mind in that house, because you will not survive if you don't. Now, before I leave, I want to touch on Zingbot. Man, his zing for Morgan was brutal. That was brutal. Everybody in the house knew it. It was so quiet. Mouth gapes. Everybody's mouth was gaped open. You know, because it really was brutal. I am shocked how brutal Zingbot gets. But anyway, everybody in the house felt it. She even felt it. The girl was hurt. That's why she had to busy herself. She immediately got busy in the house because she was hurt. But you brought it on yourself. Now, though I agree that she is definitely wrong for all the closeness and the hugging and the rubbing on Vince, knowing that he has a girl, I just don't agree with the house guests, because they were putting it all on her. You know what I'm saying? Well, not all of them, because Keanu did make the little playful jab about cheating, whatever. So that puts it on both of them, as it should be on both of them if something was going on, which they both say it's not. But I do believe that Morgan was totally and absolutely untruthful when she said she respects that he has a girlfriend. Say what now? If you respect that he had a girlfriend, there's no way you would be hanging on to him. You wouldn't be hugging on him, clinging on him like white on rice. You wouldn't be rubbing on the man. That is not respect. Point blank, in a nutshell, it's not respect. However, she is not the only one wrong. Look at the pictures, you guys. Check it out. She's not flying solo and hugging and rubbing on Vince. No. Vince is doing the exact same thing to her. And the onus is on Vince, not Morgan, because that's his girlfriend. So he is the one that needs to be ensuring that his girlfriend is respected while he's in the house. So let's stop making it lopsided. Both Morgan and Vince should know better, should do better, but especially Vince. because it's his girl. Therefore, it's his responsibility again to ensure that she is respected. All right, that's all I have, peeps. Until my next video, happy Big Brother viewing.